What's going on, everybody? Boom Squad Gaming here. Thank you so much for tuning in again.
Today we're going to be discussing Ghost Recon Wildlands, the newest addition to Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon series. And we're just going to be taking you guys through the specifics and really just discussing, is the game worth it?
Yep, so alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright guys, so starting off, we're going to be talking about the map size. This is something that Ubisoft and Dominique Wilkins, the lead game designer, has stressed a lot. It is supposedly supposed to be the largest game map ever created by Ubisoft. This is actually the second game in the series that they're deciding to do an open world, I believe. Tom Clancy's The Division was the first game in the series to have an open world. Now they're taking it to a lot greater heights with this new world that's going to be supposedly the largest ever created by Ubisoft.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what this looks like because we've gotten a few looks at it from GameCon and just different videos from game conferences and stuff, and it looks great. I think it looks great, but we'll really see how great it looks when we actually get the game in our hands, and we'll be able to, venture throughout the open world, see how the mechanics of the game are working out, and just, really see what it's looking like.
Right, yeah, it's like you were saying, that's going to have 21 different regions, which those regions are going to span anywhere from the, the deserts to the Bolivian mountains. It's even going to have like some super dense forests you can see in some of the gameplay. It's actually a really nice looking game. It's going to have 11 different ecosystems. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to exactly play into the game as a whole, but of course, it's going to have the dynamic night and day with weather, rain, snow, all that stuff, which is going to really be a beautiful game, I think, to see.
And something that I'm interested to see is the 26 bosses that you have the option to hunt down and take out, because the game is based off of taking down the cartel. So I'm really interested to see what it's going to be like to get this group of ghosts together and go out and hunt down these 26 bosses. I'm interested to see, will the bosses be repetitive? Will they give you something a little different each time?
Yeah, I hope they have like their own personalities and type stuff. So
yeah, but I mean, with past games and stuff, Far Cry 4, for instance, they give you a lot of assassination missions and just a bunch of different missions, and it's fun at first, but when you play the game for a few weeks, the assassinations, the bosses, they seem to get a little repetitive. So I'm going to be interested to see, will Wildlands make this different, or will it be like some of the previous games in the past? So we'll just have to look at that when it comes out. But
yeah, one of the things that really does concern me, though, with the map size, I mean, they're saying that it's supposed to be the biggest map ever created by Ubisoft, and that's great, but one of the things that really I thought of yesterday was how much of the map is actually you're going to want to play on. I mean, they have, deserts and mountains and all, that's great, but if there's really nothing much to do on those parts, it's going to be kind of worthless. I really hope they take use of the full map and actually spread out the bosses evenly throughout the map and don't just kind of pack them in towards the middle and make the extra outsides and stuff where you just kind of drive around for a couple minutes and like, okay, we've already seen this, there's nothing really to do out here, because that would just be kind of a waste.
Exactly. It'd be really cool to see some missions just spread out nicely around the map and just give you I hope they give you the option to really just explore it and not just say, oh, we've got the largest map ever in the series, and then just come out and but only these two regions over here have your real gameplay and missions going on, and the other ones are just for exploration. I'd like to see some missions dispersed throughout all the regions, which I've got high expectations, and I think that's what they're going to do. It's looking great so far, so can't wait to see.
Alright, sounds good. So that's covering the map size. Let's move on to our next category, which is going to be the character smith.
Yeah, so going into the character smith, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they have in store for us. Because they've really given you a wide selection of things to choose from on how to customize your character. So you got face, gender, hair, hat, top, tattoos, pants, shoes. one thing that I think is cool is they're giving you 30 design patterns to put on, you know, your pants and your shirt and just really customize yourself. The face, you can't pick your exact eyes or nose or mouth. They're preset templates, but there's a lot of preset templates to choose from. So you can't customize the exact pinpoint things of your face. You'll just have to choose from one of the templates, which is fine. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. But another thing that I think is really cool is the change on the fly, which is it allows you to just change your outfit, change, you know, whatever, you know, just change your customization of your character on the run. You don't have to be at an outpost or, you know, wherever, like in the past how you've had to be in a safe zone or wherever. You can just do this wherever you want on the map. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so with the whole outfits thing, another thing I'm also interested to see in the game is also you can save up to 6 outfits fully. So obviously, you know, if you're at night, you want to put on a darker costume or something. But one thing I'm really interested to see is if the game, the artificial intelligence in the game actually recognizes the fact that you're wearing a darker suit and actually makes it harder to detect. They haven't specified that, but I think that'd really add a cool thing into the game, because it's kind of pointless to put on all this cool gear just look cool. I mean it's cool to look cool, but don't get me wrong, but I'd really like to see him implement where that actually changes the gameplay and makes you harder to detect. You know, if you're a sniper and wearing a ghillie suit, you're actually harder to detect than someone just wearing all black in the forest or something like that. So I think that's something really cool. Another big thing also is the fact with the dynamic weather, it's also going to appear on your clothes. So your shirts are going to get muddy, your shoes are going to get dusty, and you know, backpacks are going to get soaking wet, bogged down. I think it's going to be a really sweet aspect of the game, which brings us to number 3, something that I'm really excited for, which is the Gunsmith.
Yeah, so the Gunsmith is looking really great in this game. More than 50 customizable guns, more than 100 attachments, you know, scopes, magazines, stocks, barrels, so much more. It's really amazing. It's looking great. I'm really interested to see what these guns are going to look like. Okay, so some of the stats that are with the gun, you got damage, accuracy, handling, range, rate of fire, noise reduction, penetration, and also for your sniper rifles and for other guns, if you're shooting long range, one thing they've implemented in is bullet drop. So you're going to have to take an account for that when taking shots in this game, which I think is great. I think it makes the game more realistic. I think it'll be really fun to mess around with and play with. So
yeah, the categories are pretty much your standard stuff. You got your assault rifles, sniper rifles, light machine guns, submachine guns, shotgun, handguns. But one thing that really caught my eye when I was looking over it is they have a category called exotic. I'm not exactly sure what that's limited to. It doesn't have any information at all. It just says that you have to find them around the map. It doesn't tell you anything about them. I haven't seen anything about launchers in the game, so the exotic might possibly include launchers, something like that. So that's just something we'll have to look forward to seeing, and if we find anything about that, we'll definitely let you guys know. Also, with the dynamic whole thing that they're going for in this open world, it's also going to apply to your guns. So in other words, if you use the same gun for a long time, you're going to get scratches on it, it's going to collect dust, it's going to get grease on it and stuff. You have the option to clean that off if you want to, or you can leave it and give it kind of a rustic look, which I think is really sweet. Alright guys, so now the final question that you've been waiting for, and is really the reason that you clicked on the video, is Ghost Recon Wildlands really worth it? My 100% opinion on this is yes, I do believe it's going to be worth it. I believe it's totally worth the price. With the concept of the open world, the huge gun selection, attachment selection, the vehicle selection, which just in short is over 60 vehicles. If you see it, you can drive it, guys. I mean, this is Apache helicopters, we got boats, biplanes, Hummers, tanks, there was even bulldozers in it. So between all this combined, along with like all the bosses, the ecosystems, and the good graphics that we've seen from the gameplay, it's looking really solid. So yes, I actually do believe that this game is going to be worth the price.
yeah, and I completely agree with you. I think it'll be definitely worth it. Standard, deluxe, gold, cartel bundle, whichever one you choose, I don't think you can go wrong with it. And we'll actually tell you what's included in each edition in a few seconds here. But just like you were saying with the map size, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be action-packed, and I really can't wait to see what they have in store for us. Alright, so last but not least, we're going to let you guys know about what is included in each edition that they're releasing.
Yeah, that's right. So this game is actually going to have 4 different editions that ships out. It's going to be Standard, Deluxe, Gold, and the Cartel Bundle. The first one thing to remember with all these actually is if you pre-order, at any point you're going to get the Peruvian Connection. It's kind of like a little mini DLC. It's going to be just a couple missions. The way it describes it is you're going to try to kind of split up the cartel, the Santa Blanca cartel from the, I think it said the Bolivian cartel from the mountains, something like that. So it's going to be a couple missions, almost like a little mini DLC if you pre-order. But so that's going to be in the standard edition as well as just your hard copy of the game. That's $59.99. The next step up is the deluxe at $69.99. That's also going to include the Peruvian Connection if you pre-order. It's also going to include the Huntsman rifle, Huntsman motorbike, as well as 3 new weapons, emblems, camos, and character customization items. So you're going to get 3 of each of those for a total of 12 in-game additional items. You're also going to get an XP boost with that. I'm not sure if that's exactly going to be like a full-time 10% XP boost the whole time you have the game. So that's going to be more like a double XP for, you know, the first week or so if you own it. They have not said anything about that, but you are going to get some sort of XP boost.
And the most expensive edition is the Cartel Bundle, which is $169.99. And this bundle is really for like your hardcore collectors and gamers. And it includes everything we just discussed, along with the Tom Clancy War Within the Cartel Steel Book, Santa Muerta figurine, which is about 10.5 inches tall. And it also features some artwork for the upcoming DLC, so that'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, the Santa Muerta figurine is actually pretty cool. It's like a Grim Reaper kind of standing on top of some skulls. It's supposed to be like the Santa Blanca almost mascot, if you want to say something like that. So it's actually pretty cool. It looks pretty detailed. Not exactly sure if it's worth the extra $70, $80, but you know, that's kind of up to you. If you're a collector or something, you definitely want to get in on that.
Alright guys, so that wraps up our video today. Let us know what you think, if it's going to be worth it. If you don't think it's going to be worth it, let us know in the comments.
Also, if you guys want to take a second, in the description below, I'll have the link to our last video, as well as the Ghost Recon official site. So if you have any further questions or you just want to look at that for yourself, you can click on that and that'll take you right to their forum page where they're talking about the upcoming game as well as release dates, and you can look at pricing as well as pre-order the actual game and sign up for the closed beta that will be starting this upcoming month. So definitely make sure you get in that, because that's something that you're definitely not going to want to miss out on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to click the subscribe button for upcoming gameplay, commentary, and reviews. See you in the next one.